Hello.
Hi,
We're back again. Back again. I didn't hear you and I don't want to hear it. So let's just try it. Whatever you said, let's just keep it where you said it.
Oh, yeah, no.
Uh-huh. So we are back again on Radio Show Live. And as usual, we come with very interesting topics. But today is something that I find very complicated. I want to say it is complicated because for some people, they will always tell you, no, if you set your mind to do this kind of thing, you definitely do it. And that person will tell you that even if you say you have decided, and I'm tilting towards this group of people because imagine at the beginning of a year, people will say, oh no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and then like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months at most, you're back. But that does not mean that you had not decided that you're going to do that. So I know you're beginning to wonder what I'm talking about, right? Okay, let me tell you, so that I would remove you from your distress. We're talking about willpower. Willpower. And you know how willpower is said to be very important. Everybody just talks about how if you've decided in your heart that this is what you want to do, you end up doing it. But today we're going to talk about that. We're going to drill ourselves. Let us understand what exactly. No, it doesn't look like he is.
People should teach me what willpower is. That's why I'm here on this.
No, I'm not taking that. Like, it's not like everybody's just here to sit in level.
Oh my god. Oh my. Okay.
Why are you taking it personal?
No, I'm not taking it personal. No,
so you should have just kept quiet then.
Okay. All right.
So let's talk about willpower.
Okay. You can start since
you
I said how to learn.
You're not here to learn, sir.
Okay, I'll just say in a very simple form what willpower means, and it's simply defined as the ability for one to control his or herself, to make decisions for yourself, to make determination on us, to set goals by your own self, and not allow peer pressure to either influence you negatively. Don't allow society to affect whatever thing that you are determined or you've determined to do. So that's what
I have something to say.
Please say
after this,
I can see. I was seeing on your face because I know that I have something to say about it.
No, it's fine. Nice one. Okay, willpower. It has to do with your own decision. What you want. It's very simple. You don't just let other people tell you what to do. You don't let other people give you that decision. You don't need to make yourself accepted by other people. If you decide, it's more like you want to quit doing something. Let's say, for instance, you want to quit smoking, or you want to quit drinking alcohol, or you want to, maybe a decision you've made for yourself, maybe to reduce weight. You want to lose weight, and then it's more like this decision. It is on yourself. This is you. It has to do with you. It has to be what you want. So then you don't need any other person to tell you, do this, or no, don't do this. You don't need other people's decisions. Make your own decision yourself and stand by it. Sometimes it could be very difficult. Let's say, like me now, I've decided, okay, I want to lose weight. But man, it's difficult because I told myself like early this year that I was going to start working out. In fact, I registered the gym, and then I'm sorry, I'm not going.
There you are with your big tummy.
Like, wow.
People, are you hearing somebody's willpower? Okay. Now, you see what I was talking about willpower? It's not like she did not want to do it. She really wanted to do it.
In fact, they've called me from the gym like more than 5 times, and I'll be like, okay, I'll come this Saturday, and till date, I'm not going. So you see, sometimes it's difficult, but then you just need to tell yourself you're going to do this, and you end up doing it. Like, you just have to make that decision and then push yourself to do it.
I wanted to be sure that what I know about willpower is willpower. So I went to the dictionary to go and check what they have to say about willpower.
Okay.
One definition I got, I found out very interesting. Say it is the ability to resist short-term temptations
and long-term temptations
in order to meet long-term goals.
Wow. That's interesting enough. No, it's really interesting.
Actually, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I was just thinking about it because that's where you are right now.
I agree. That's my situation.
Yeah. So, but what the one I love so much is you are deliberate and purposeful to control temptations or impulses. You're deliberate and purposeful. Like it's deliberate. That's what makes it willpower. It's something that you have chosen to do. But you know what is interesting? When you choose to, like when you have chosen or you have decided to do something, it always doesn't work out well. Because let me tell you the truth, but the moment you have decided that I want to choose to do something, or I have chosen to do something, that's the moment
that temptation should start setting in.
Oh my God. Distraction, temptation,
everywhere.
hold it. See, just call it. Just be listing it. They just come at you.
Like one day that I decided to stop drinking Coke. So I wanted to start. I wanted to stop trying it like on a weekly basis. In the sense that in a week I would drink like twice in a week. And then for the remaining 4 days or 5 days I will not drink. So this particular day,
I'm already laughing. People have not seen the end of
this particular day that fell in the day that I was not supposed to drink Coke. So I went to buy, I think, pure water bar. Then I saw one man buying Coke, and it was chilled, like that kind of chilled Coke. I swear I don't know when I bought that Coke.
Oh my God!
I had to break willpower.
You see where we find that willpower can actually be difficult. Yeah. So exhibiting your willpower is really difficult. And funny enough, we have a Bible person that really agrees with us. Yeah, Paul. He said, what I want to do, I don't do them. The good I want to do, I find myself doing the bad I don't want to do.
So
and it's like we're not the only ones that are facing problems when we have decided to do things. Yes, it's a very common issue. See, the moment you have decided to do something, that's when challenges
even
come
our society
up.
to affect or influences our willpower. In the sense that we are living in a contemporary society where everybody wants to do what people are doing. Like even if you have your own intention of doing something differently, for the fact that you are in a society that does something opposite to what you are doing, before you know it, you start mingling, and it will affect your willpower.
I love that you are talking about this.
Okay.
Because initially this topic was supposed to be peer pressure.
True.
And what you just said just really works.
You can't talk about willpower and not include peer pressure. It's not possible.
True.
Of course, because most times people will want to tell you, let's say for instance, because you have this group of friends, and then it's more like you are the one that they always see as maybe you're not up to their level. Then now you want to live up to their standards. So now you want to do everything possible. You want to just make yourself look good. Like they should just accept you.
Exactly.
But then there's something out there that you don't understand. I think I was once in this situation like for a moment, and then I was feeling like when I was in school, then I was like, okay, I have this group of friends, and then all these rich kids, you know, the kind of university you went to. So all these rich kids, and then you look at yourself, and then they'll tell you the amount of money they have and all of that. And I'll be like, wow, like mine is are we
living in the same world?
You get so then at some point I was like, no man, like I really need to up my game. Then I was trying to fix myself into where they were, and then something just told me, like, you know where you're coming from. You know who your father is. So you don't even need to make yourself accepted by all those people. Just be who you are, and they will come to you themselves. You don't even need to live a life. You don't even need to make some decisions that will not be will not be good for you at the end of it, because you might end up regretting it. So when I told myself that thing, and then I decided to I was like, man, let anything just happen. And then, do you know, like, I think after 100 level, 200 level, and I realized, like, I was on my own for a while. It was paining me. I was like, what will I do? Do you get? I was like, what will I do? Like, I was going to class alone. I was coming back alone. Even in class, like, it was like,
No boyfriend.
No, I had no boyfriend in the university. Thank you.
Wow.
No, I'm just
I'm just wondering why that
like,
came
why
into
should
this
that be an
context.
option?
It's an international institution now.
But then, like, what happened was that later on they decided to bring themselves to me. Like, I just realized I was having friends. Like, I had 11 friends when I was in school.
11?
Yes. When I was like, okay, I was trying to fix myself into their own level, to be like, okay, let me up my game so I can be on the same level with them. But it got to a point that I had to tell myself the truth. If I'm going to keep up doing that, you might end up up doing something that you are not even supposed to do because you want to live up to expectation. But then at the end of it, they all came to me and then we became one. So it's more like you don't need to stress yourself for them to accept you. The society must not accept what you do. But then do your thing so far as it's going to be pleasing to God.
And in as much as you are
You
so
know,
much convinced.
you know what I like about what you just said is that your willpower towards making friends, it should be more on building yourself.
Building
You
yourself.
attract the right company.
Yes. That's just
See,
the
if you
bottom
work on
line.
yourself, if you decide, you use your willpower right and work on yourself, the right people will be attracted
They
to
will
you.
come. Yes.
You know,
they'll be attracted.
recently, but people don't really get acquainted with things that are familiar, like things that they see around. But by the time you strike a difference to what you do, believe me, whether it is good or bad, people would want to imitate you.
True.
Okay, so I actually got something more interesting, a way to fuel your willpower. So this person gave this illustration. Say, imagine you are a train, and the engine is like your willpower.
Train.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
the engine of the train is your willpower, your mind, what you have decided to do. And then he says, how would you continue going without fuel? Nothing is failing you to move. So how would you go? You need something that will fail you.
Of course.
And that's when what we're about. What's the reason why we are always here? That's when it comes in. And that's
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. See, he fuels you. He gives you the grace to continue to. Why would he say that? He has given us everything on life and everything. Like he has basically given us everything. So he's definitely going to be fueling us. He's going to give us the strength and power. So if we have decided that this is what we want to do, we have chosen that this is what we want to do, then he gives us the grace, he gives us the strength to carry on.
True.
Because if we just want to focus on our willpower, remember I said that the moment you have decided to do something, even though you're determined to do it, it is hard. Especially when you talk about premarital sex. Say, I will not engage in sex because I want to keep myself till I get married. Every other person is doing it around you. My sister, my brother, is gonna be hard.
It's very hard.
So at that moment, you're not just going to focus on your willpower alone, but you're going to wait for him to give you the energy, the strength to continue. Then take, for instance, again, drugs. Almost everybody does drugs now. Like am I the only one that sees it everywhere I go?
No.
Okay.
Just use alcohol as an example. because
that's
it's a
Yeah, I
common
think,
my
thing.
God,
I think
that's
very
alcohol, and you
common.
know, most people will tell you, I can't just quit just like that. Like, okay, like I had this conversation on Sunday with someone, and he was really drunk, and I was like, why is this guy like this? And then he was like, in fact, I've stopped. Then I just laughed. So yesterday he was kind of like, do you know I'm not feeling too well? And I laughed, and I'm like, you're not feeling too well, or you're having a hangover. And then he was like, no, it's not like that. I was like, that's the feeling. Like, now you're feeling bad because you're not happy with yourself, because you're not feeling good. So then why would you want to take something that is going to affect you? So then it is a decision. And then yesterday he was like, I've stopped. In fact, I will not do it again. And I'm like, it's not by mouth. And I'm like, don't just say it, but then mean it. Now this is where willpower comes in. Like, now you need to own it yourself. Tell yourself, this is what I want to do. Like, stand by it. It's more like an ability you're asking from God. It's God's grace. You can't do it on your own. You can't just tell yourself, I'm going to stop this, like I'm going to quit this, and then it just happens. That's not true. The devil is waiting. Like, once you say it out, he has heard you already. So now he's waiting for you to just tell yourself. Once you say, I want to stop alcohol, the devil say, oh wow, you want to stop, right? Let's see how you will stop. Now he will bring a lot parties, he will bring friends, he will bring people that will distract you. But then once you ask God for the grace and the power for you to be able to quit this thing, it will work out for you. So then most times if you want to do something, don't just feel like I can do it on my own. You need God, you need Jesus, you need that grace.
True.
Because his grace is always sufficient for us. So then why not just tell him, Father, I want to do this. Please be my guide, be my strength. Be the one I'm going to work with me in this path so I can actually do the right thing. Don't just tell yourself I'm going to stop, and then you will not stop. The devil is waiting. all those distractions will just come and then you can't stop it. So then always ask Christ to help you, to lead you, to walk with you, hold your hands, and then you will end up doing the right thing.
If there is one thing that God has given us for free, like an essential thing that God has given us for free, is the power of will to do things ourselves. And like He has the power to probably force us to do something, but for the
Like,
fact
just force
that
this guy on you must do it.
this thing, like He has that power, but then He has given us the power to do things according to our own will, and which is why taking us. Let me take you guys back to during the days of Adam and Eve. Like He had the power to convince Eve not to take that apple or not to bite that apple, but for the fact
Excuse me, please. Who told you that it is an apple? I'm just saying.
It's not
Did it say in the Bible that she ate the apple or the fruit? I'm just saying. I'm just saying on a lighter note.
the conception has been happening. So
I'm just saying.
why you want
Nice.
They make people that say I'm not savvy Bible.
Bros, you need to go back to your Bible. Wow. Nice one. Okay.
That was on a lighter note. Saying.
I won't talk again.
No, make your point.
So I was just trying to say that God has the power to actually prevent her from taking that fruit. But for the fact that He has given us the power of our own will to do things according to our own will, He decided how to eat the apple by herself and then to see the nemesis of what was going to be the end result. Like, I didn't mean He probably forced her or convinced her not to take that fruit. Maybe if something that happened or along the way, we humans, we easily blame one person or the other. Definitely would want to blame God, that God was one that probably influenced her or was one that forced her to eating that apple, that fruit. Yes. No, the thing is, people are emphasizing more on this apple is the pictures we've seen everywhere. We are.
It always looks like an apple.
It's not even that. It's apple, sir. It's not as if looking like an apple.
Were you in the Garden of Eden?
It's apple that we saw. Everybody saw apple.
You see, there's always a repercussion at the end of it when you make a decision. There's always a repercussion, either good or bad. So then when you tell yourself you're going to do this and you end up not doing it, there's always a side effect. So then if you want to tell yourself you want to stop this, now let that power work for you. Let that decision you have taken for yourself, that strength, let it come from you. Then you ask God to go with you.
I just love the littlest thing the smallest thing for me, I think, that you can call willpower. See, I told myself one time that I would be waking up by 3 a.m. so that I will start doing a business.
3 a.m. You sabi joke.
No, wait, hold on. Let me land now, okay. So, first day, 3 a.m. I woke up.
You succeeded.
No, I succeeded for like 2 months.
Wow,
I was waking up 3 a.m. But for some reason, later on it was 3:30.
From 3:30 to 4.
From 3:30 it was 4.
Then
from 4 it was 4:30.
Then 5.
Then in fact, if it was 5, I found myself waking up around 6.
But you tried though for 2 months.
For 2 months,
Yeah,
you tried.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, what I had said in my mind I'm going to do when 30 minutes out of the time that I've decided to do this work, I'll not be able to do it. I won't be able to accomplish it because of I've removed 30 minutes out of it. And it just willpower. I decided, in fact, at the moment I made that choice, I do not think there was any other thing that would stop me from doing it. That's what happens. Willpower, when you make your decision, you want to do it to the end. You want to see it to the very end. But it is hard to actually see it to the very end.
Yeah, the process.
That's why I loved this definition that you said: resist short-term temptations to reach long-term goals. So it's like you need to still continue keeping your eyes on the prize. What is it that you want to do at the end of the day? What do you want to accomplish at the end of the day? And as I said earlier on, it's like Paul said, the more you want to do the good that you think you should do, the more you cannot do it. Or you find yourself doing the wrong thing or the other thing. So this is the point where you continue to seek for grace. Plus, I wanted to remind you, I like saying this accountability partner thing. I think it works for a lot of people, and that's why I keep on mentioning it. You need to have an accountability partner who is there.
True.
See, the first 1 month, 2 months, you can run it. You can do it by yourself. But later on, you need somebody who can
Encourage you.
check up on
True.
you, to give you more strength, to give you more courage to
To
continue
make you
rolling.
remember the reason why you embarked on that mission.
Aye, you stole the words out of my mouth. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
And if you find somebody here on earth, like most times you can just ask God, he will direct you to the person that he wants you to use.
True.
But the thing is that the most important accountability partner you have is God.
It's God,
Mm.
true,
Mhm,
true.
yeah.
Someone you can
So-
depend on at any time.
Exactly. So I want us as Christian youths, as youths in general, I want us now to decide in our hearts that peer pressure will not keep us bound.
True.
Societal circumstances will not stop us from doing what we need to do. What we need to do, and when I say what we need to do, I don't mean just looking for money,
No,
because
no,
everybody's
like,
looking
so-
for money.
Oh, God,
But my point is the good that we want to do. You want to take care of the poor. You want to give to the needy. Do the good,
Do the good.
the best you can do it. Don't allow circumstances to. Oh, that word gives me a headache. Circumstances to affect you. You can be able to do it. I think that's what we basically came to do today, to give you an encouragement that we can do
Yeah.
it.
You know, one thing about willpower is that it's very difficult to achieve. Like, just from the definition you give, that dictionary definition you give, is a very difficult thing to do. But then, for the fact that you already have made, or for you to come to a resolution that this is what I want to do, you should only have that in mind that, okay, I think I am driven towards a purpose or towards a goal. Let me keep it up. Let me be intentional about what I intend to do in order for me to achieve the goal that I intend to drive at the end of the whole day. So we should always put at the back of our mind that or probably embarking on something will not always be easy, as we say. But then your action towards this is what matters. Make sure that you are intentional about your action towards arriving at a particular goal. Make sure that you are being persistent onto achieving what you want, and make sure that you live in this or in an environment that is positive, that will probably influence you positively, and not the environment that will influence you negatively in order not for you to achieve your goals. Let's take, for instance, you say you want to, okay, you are a drunkard and you want to stop drinking, and yet you are being found in the midst of drunkards. How is that possible?
You can't stop.
Oh
You
yeah,
can't
that's one
And then
thing.
you be like, they can't make me drink because
Yeah,
I'm not-
because
it's not
it's my
possible. You're
willpower.
with-
It's my willpower.
You're with them already, so then there's nothing.
The best thing you can do is, okay, I want to stop drinking, and
avoid the
my
people.
friends are drunkards. You change your group of friends.
Simple.
Yeah, that's one thing.
You
That's
start
what I'm
you
saying.
start
You
going to
change your
places
group of
that are
friends.
opposite to where drunkards goes to,
Mhm,
and by the time you start doing that, believe me, with time you just see yourself not
In as
even
much as it's
having
not
interest
easy.
in drinks or any alcoholic drinks or such.
Try to
So that's
resist
what
temptation.
you do. Things that are
avoid it,
opposite to what you are used to doing, and only
and
with
stay
that.
strong.
Exactly.
Stay
Exactly.
strong. And don't forget to always call God to help you. That's
Mm,
just the
yeah,
ultimate.
it's
Because
true.
for me, I
God
always
has
say
to be
that.
involved.
Because He always comes true for me. So I don't know if anyone trusts Him for that.
Do you know one thing that I want you to start using your willpower for? The first thing I want you to
Mm.
use your willpower for.
Mm.
Everybody,
Okay,
you,
okay.
you lalas, everybody that's listening to me right
Okay.
now.
We are talk now.
The first thing is the will to choose to follow him to the end. So the moment that you have used your willpower to follow him to the end, he continues to fuel your willpower to
True.
do the right
True.
thing. It influences you to do the right thing. So basically, the thing is that the major thing that we need to focus in right now is to serve him regardless, whatever. See, the song we started up with was saying there's melody in my heart since the day I met Jehovah. So the moment you meet him, there's joy and all
Of
that. Then it is
course,
going
all
to
the
be easy
way.
for you to maneuver your
align.
way to align more. I think that's the right, better word, to align to his will. And when you align to his will, you will not struggle to be running away from drunkards. Okay, so apparently they're trying to kick us out of the studios. So we need to leave you. But we just wanted to remind you that your willpower is important. However, the
Very,
Spirit
very,
of
it's very
God and the
essential.
Spirit of grace is more important. So, as much as you're using your willpower, please use the grace of God more. Just utilize the grace that He has given you more, so that it will fuel your willpower to do the right things.
And don't give up.
I feel encouraged.
Thank you very
I feel
much,
encouraged
sister.
right now.
All right. So we got to go. We got to leave. We got to go. We got to leave. All right. Bye-bye, people. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ganja Rumble.